Happy day and welcome from Guam. Today we will be talking about the Swag Judge Pearl. This is the Pearl version of the original Swag Judge, which is the biggest ASIM ball that is in the Swag lineup. This ball comes in the black, green, and purple colors. This ball is an asymmetric ball that comes wrapped in the Swag Witness Pearl Reactive. It comes with an RG of 2.49 and a differential of 0.52. It does have a mass bias strength of 0.019. The flare potential is between 5 to 6 inches. This ball is made for medium to heavy fresh oil. It usually comes out in 1500 grit covered with polish. The Swag Judge Pearl can be purchased at bowlersmart.com or swagbowling.com. Let's take this bad boy onto the lanes and see how it does. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let's throw a test shot. Standing at 20, aiming at 8. Okay. Nice. Okay, this one is out of box surface. 17, aim at 5. Okay. Fell off my shot a little bit. Okay, let's move a little bit more left. Keep migrating left. This ball. Okay, so far what I'm noticing, the ball is very, very smooth. Not jumpy off the spot at all. Easy to control. Got the lip on the polish. Okay, let me try not to pull it this time. And just place it on the target. Slow it down a little bit. So this ball is super smooth. And typically when you move left with smoother balls, it's not really going to pick up in the back end as quickly as you want it for that carry. So you'll struggle with carry as you move left. Let's get this lane to start working. Okay. So we'll move 5 more left, stand at 35, aim at around, let's say 17. See if it can carry. I can stop pulling my shot. Are you coming light? So we'll play a little bit more right with the ball because that's where it wants to be. Now it's reading a little early. Let's go with my bread and butter shot. I like standing at 30 and aiming around 15, breaking at 12, around there. Ooh, look at that carry. Okay, let's go execute a little bit better. Stay down to my shot, throw the shot better. Like that. Stand in the same spot with the original judge. And the judge is 1000 sanded. That was a nice shot. Okay, some technical issues on the other lane. So let's throw one shot with the Pearl and then we'll move on to the original judge. See where this lane fares. Okay. Play the same line, same area with the original judge. For me, the original judge is a little more flippy off the spot. Definitely a little bit earlier rolling. Seems I can play the same line right now. I don't like scuffing off polish from any polished ball. But like the Unreal, I didn't really care for it with the polish. Right when I scuffed off the polish, that thing turned into gold. So hopefully it can be the same with this ball. It's a used 2000 pad, just enough to kind of scuff off the polish, not really put any surface on the ball itself. So actually let's give it a little bit more grit. I'm just using ball cleaner to kind of make it with less friction and easier to scuff. Okay, let's see if this thing turns into gold just like the Unreal. And I will throw my Unreal without polish, comparing it to this ball to see how it does. First throw with this ball, the Judge Pearl without the polish. Scuffed it off a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's throw another shot. Come back. Okay. Okay, let's try to move a little bit more left with this ball. Stand at 35. Can aim around 17. Go a little bit slower. And come back to life. Okay, let's throw my favorite ball from Swag the Goat. Stand at 30. Hit around 15 at the arrows. See how it compares to the Judge Pearl without the polish. That ball is always going to forever be good. Woo. Nice shot though. Okay, let's go back to my bread and butter. Stand at 30. Aim it around 15 at the arrows. Alright, that ball's a little bit better. Same as the Unreal. Very, very smooth. It rolled a little bit earlier. Nothing too different, but I do prefer the Judge Pearl without the polish. All right, so my initial reaction with this ball when I first threw it, it is very subtle, very smooth, very controllable. I initially thought because it was an ASIM ball, it was gonna take off once it saw friction, but it totally didn't. This ball was very, very controlled. I was able to keep my angles in front of me. This would be a perfect complement to the Swag Judge. Once the Swag Judge starts reading a little bit too early, you can definitely ball down to this ball. It'll give you that length you need to push through the heads and you know when it's burnt. Comparing this to the other Swag balls in the lineup, let's say the Swag Unreal. Let's compare this to the Swag Unreal. The Swag Unreal normally compared to this is a little more flippy, although it is a symmetric ball. This ASIM ball is way smoother, more controllable, and the Unreal was pretty flippy compared to this. Let's compare this to the Craze Pearl. The Craze Pearl and this ball, they do cover a similar amount of boards on the lane, but the Craze Pearl is a little more flippy off the spot, a little sharper on the back end. This one would definitely be smooth for you. Let's compare the Craze Hybrid to this. The Craze Hybrid covers less boards, so for me, the Craze Hybrid will be a little bit straighter and the angles will be a little bit more in front of you. This one, you can kind of bend the lane a little bit more than you would with the Craze Hybrid. Comparing this to the Swag Apex Pearl, they do cover about the same amount of boards, but the Swag Apex Pearl I felt was a little bit sharper at the back end, but also a little bit more continuous. This one is just smooth. If you want a smooth Pearl ball, this would be the one. Also, the Swag Black Dragon Pearl is also a Pearl ASIM ball, same as this, but the Swag Black Dragon Pearl, for me, actually covers more boards left to right or right to left, depending on what hand you throw with. But I can cover more boards with the Swag Black Dragon Pearl, and both of them are smooth off the spot. So that's my comparison, comparing to all the Pearl balls in the Swag lineup. And that's it for my review. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Swag up.